Hello, everyone. Good evening. Man, let me tell you, I got a new graphics card. I had to update to Windows 11. I hate it. I hate it. So I was able to. I have a weird problem with trying to stream to YouTube as well. It, for whatever reason, like errors out. Um, but I was able to get it working by shutting it down and turning it back on. I love, resolving things like that. But I am not able to record right now. So luckily we got it working on YouTube. Um I figure, why not do some mod magic here. I'm going to build what I have. I was working on this a lot of it last night. There we go. This stream's kind of like a test. I just updated to Windows 11 like half hour ago. So, let's get some music going. I'm disgusted with this version of Windows. Makes me upset. My God, everything looks different. I don't like it. Oh God, where's all my music now? The file explorer's throwing me off. This is what it is right now. I don't like it. I hate it. It feels like they're trying to be like Mac, but not. Come on, man. Stream music, is that it? Wait, no, I think I could just pull up VLC player, right? VLC media player. Ugh, even this looks dumb. Ugh. I hate how curved the top of the windows are. It upsets me. All right, let's get some music going, I suppose. We will just add these to the playlist. There we go. Oh shit, so we got a crash. Here I am trying to play around. It looks like we got a crash. So Eek Murmadurkle, man. All right, let's just shut down the game. So what was I playing around with? I think it was just the shape renderer, right? Yeah, I think it was just the shape renderer. All right, I'm going to comment some stuff out here. Hope everyone's doing well. I mean, other than having to go to Windows 11, it's been a pretty good day. I get this Friday. I'm actually going to get finally the arm for my Blue Yeti microphone. So I may not have to have this in. I may be able to actually, live stream with just like earbuds. Not have this around my face. Ah! What is it trying to do? All right, I'm going to comment all this out. It had its chance. All right, so we will... First things first, I will uncomment this. And we will comment out everything right up to here. Right, because there's nothing else. Yeah, I should be just getting the basic shape. Watch, it's Windows 11 that's making everything crash. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, should I live stream or shouldn't I? I'm like, I've been doing a lot of things off stream. People seem to be interested in the modding aspect of this game, so I should live stream it. I'm like, watch, I'm gonna live stream and everything's gonna blow up because it's Windows 11. Heyo. All right, so this is what I've done so far. We have a slimmed down version of the GUI. This is the base machine without the assembly. I think I'm calling it the temporal circuit assembly is what it is now. Basically, you have your type, which is none, of course. We only have durability. I changed the durability bar from green to red, so it's like health. I may change the name durability to health if it's easier for people, because that's really what it is. But health is a weird term, right? I didn't want to call it health at first because, health is like a biological thing. This is a machine. It's kind of weird to be like, that's a healthy machine. No, it's a functional machine, right? But you got your little red thing here, right? Insert a temporal circuit assembly item into the assembly item slot to use this machine, right? Which, of course, is here, right? Assembly item slot. I have the convert to item button here, which does not do anything yet. It will. And then what we can do is I have just different, I don't have an actual item texture for it yet, or a 3D model. But I have the darter version. Change some things here. Darter. We have, so if I put one of these in, you'll see that it actually, oh, I know what it's doing. Hold on. I was doing some testing and I haven't found a way to get rid of that. There we go. So basically, depending on the model that you put in, you will have some things available. The darter, as soon as you socket it in, everything comes up, right? Like I could power the machine on and off. Like I turned it off, so just turned it off. I can lock and unlock it. I have access to the fuel slot, which you could see changing over here on the dashboard. And of course the lantern, which, everything works. If I take it out, I don't have access to those item slots anymore. It effectively shuts everything down. I do have to put in something to prevent to turn the machine off if this is taken out, which we should do right now before I forget for a third or fourth time. So we'll do that first. I'm just going to come down and I'm going to create a new method here. We are going to name this method, it's going to be a private void, and I will call it no assembly item in slot machine shutdown. Sure down. No, shutdown. Boop boop. All right, pop that in. First thing I'm going to want to do is I have to run a couple checks, right? Oh man, I feel like my keyboard's like all the way over here, because it is. There we go. That feels better. So our first if statement, what are we going to have to check for? I have to make sure that that item slot is indeed empty, so we can do this dot storage VCM dot inventory. Let's look at the item slot of this dot storage dot inventory slot. It's going to be the inventory slot assembly. All right, and then dot empty. Oops. So basically, I'm looking at the inventory for this static slot here, right, the variable, and I'm just checking to see if it is empty, right? Because if it's empty, it means that the machine should be shut down. Since that is the case, right, since it would be empty at this point, I can do another if statement. I can do this dot watched attributes dot get bool. And then I can do VCM VM references dot. This would be powered. So basically what I want to do is I want to see like, okay, is the item slot empty, right? Is there no module in here? If that is the case, then I want to do a quick check, right? And I want to say, okay, well, let's look at the bool, right? Is this powered on? So if it is powered on, if it's true, then we're going to want to set the bool and we're going to want to turn it to false. We want to shut off the machine if it is on. What else should we do here while I'm in here? So this is machine shutdown, so it could power off. Really, powering off will stop the fuel from ticking. Yeah. I think that's all we need. And then gravity would take over, right? So we just have to pump this. I'll put it right here. This dot. There we go. Fireball it in. Okay, so now let's power it on. And we could tell it's on because of our screen over here. If I take it out, there we go. It shut off. If I put it back in, it will not power back on, as we can see. You will have to power it back on. So you don't want to take out the CPU of your computer while it's running. Let's do a quick test here, because technically this should be able to fly. We can move, I can go forward, and I can go up. The model's not updating, but the mode of transportation is. So if I take it out, yep, there we go. Gravity took over. I am unable to move. I can't go up. Nothing happens. We still got the animations. I'm fine with that. Let's put this back in. So this is the darter, right? This is going to be the fastest version of the machine once I adjust everything. And then if you put in the carrier, right, we get one item slot here. And if you populate it, then this pops up, right? So now I got 8 slots of inventory. And whatever I put in here, I'm going to have renders somewhere on the model. Basically, and then you have the hauler, right? And the hauler, again, everything changed here. It says hauler now. It's going to be the slowest version of this, but you have these 4 slots, and basically, you know, as you put it in, like you could put it in any slot, it's an accumulative thing. So see, 2, 3, 4, doesn't matter what order. But you can have up to 32 slots here with the hauler version of the, you know, type of machine. Boop, boop. So we're going to leave the hauler in. I'm going to power this back on. I did not adjust any speeds yet. The animations are indeed working. Let's go back down. Oh wait, what is down? I forgot. I made down one of these. No, that it wasn't shift, because that's sprint. You know what? I could rekeybind that because there is no sprint anymore. I thought it was G. Guess not. I know how to go back down. All right, here, let's get on out. Oh, I wasn't going down because I was flying. I was in admin mode. So if I go up, that's great. There we go, and I can go back down. All right, good. Let's dismount. How do you go down in creative? Oh, it's control. It's crouch. Ah, that sucks. Since crouch is dismount. Oh well. Boop. All right, so we have our basic chassis here. The animations are kind of borked right now, but that's fine. Fixing a little bit at a time. Everything's looking pretty good. But this is what I did. I changed the UI. And I used this as my reference point. As I put this in, I ended up making it a row. I still didn't like it, so I'm like, why not just make it a new window? Like, it looks good if I just cut this off, like I'm happy with all this. Make that a window. That way, you know, this only appears if it pertains to one of the, you know, one of the hauler types, right? Or the carrier. Boop, 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 boop. See? And the darter has no inventory space. Okay. Let's see. I can minimize that. Okay, let's work on the rendering, because right now I can put in that module and it gave it that mode of transportation. I wonder if I propagated everything else through. Let's try and give it a ground carrier, right? So it did give it its item slot. It did change the type to ground. We power this on. Yeah, we hovering. Cool. I already put all the code in then. So this should be, I should be able to hold down what, X, right? No, I disabled that. So this is the weak jump, because you can't do the spring jump on command. You have to, like, bounce. All right, so yeah, this would be the hovering capabilities. Neat. And if I take it out, sinks right down. Perfect. Perfect. All right, next thing that I want to do here is definitely the rendering. We have to figure out the rendering. In the tessellate shape, I need to override this and make my own shape. Which is not going to be, it's not going to be easy. Should be something in here, right? This should be what we want. Trying to get some different music here. There we go. All right. So I think I gotta figure out why this isn't working. This shape-based path, Jason. Because I need to dynamically change the shape based on what's in that slot, that socket. I can't change the entity name on the fly. I don't think I can. It's not like an overhead name that can be changed. It's like I think it's more like a registry name that you don't want to think around with. So I am gonna have to change it here. I don't think I could change it through the JSON file. I can have the base, right? Just in case this fails out. Or I disable something in here, it has that to fall back on. But we want this to change into the flying machine. So what was I doing? Let's make this full screen. So I have everything here originally, right? So the composite shape and the entity shape are the two things that you have. If the entity shape is null, then you return. So this assigns it. And then tessellate on tessellation. I think what I need to do is put this logic right here. Cut. I think I gotta paste it into here, right? Because I'm basically saying the composite shape is this. And then what am I doing? I'm creating a string, right? And I'm saying, okay, shapes, entities, machines. Yeah, this is the base, right? And then what am I doing? I'm saying get the entity. Then get the inventory slot for the assembly, and I'm checking to see if that slot is not empty, which means it has something in it. And if that is the case, I'm then peeking into the item stack, the collectible, which is the information with it, the code, and the code path, and I'm looking for something that says flying, right? Because if it's a flying carrier, darter, whatever, I just want to make sure that I move it to flying. And if it is the case, then I'm using the custom model and I'm saying, okay, then you're at here, right? Because that makes sense so far. And then I'm saying, okay, the composite shape up top. I'm making a new composite shape and I'm making the base this asset location, which would be my mod ID plus colon. Which would be ViesCraft machines in the colon. And then I'm saying plus the model. So it would be ViesCraft machines colon, and then it goes right into shapes, which, let's make sure this is right. Shapes, entities, machines, plural. All this is plural so far. And then this is what we're looking at. So it would be shape machine type dash basic. I fucking hate when it does that. Can I just click on something and have it not automatically go there? Can I double click to go, please? Thank you. So, it is shape machine type dash... Oh, not base. It is basic. And then the other one, right, is going to be flying. That could have been what got me. That could have been why it was crashing. Do I want to stop debugging? No. Okay. Because the game is still running. All right. We're going to reload the game. I know there you could do like dot reload. Maybe it's shapes or rendering or whatever. It's just easier to do Control F1. Let it load it all. I don't care. Since I usually touch a lot of things at once, I like loading it this way because, like, if I did any language file changes, it loads it, right? Any item changes. All right, so basically there's nothing in here. It's the base. Come on, let it work. Shit. It did not work. Let's use the darter. Should have done it, but it did not. I'm curious here. What if I reload? Right? Because I'm not sure if this is loading too quick. And it's not able to check the item slot. I may have to turn that into a watched attribute. Yeah, see, it changed it. So I need to call this a different way. How am I going to do this? Oh, ooh, this. If this equals enum machine type dot flying darter, I should probably do it this way. So I made a watched attribute for the current type, and I'm saving that as a watched attribute. This, I have to cast it to the int to get the proper information. We cannot have that in there. There we go. So I could get rid of this level of if statement and just paste it in like this. And I can have something for every type. So if it is a flying darter, then for now it's only going to be the flying. All right, I think we solved it. So let's reload. The idea is when I take out that temporal circuit assembly, I want it to convert back into the other model. When I put it in, I want the model to change. It could be an instant change for now. I can add smoke particles and make it look good once the base functionality's there. Hey, Bernardo. Hey, did you get good? Bernardo, I already got. All right. You want to see this, Bernardo? This is how I'm getting good. Oh, it didn't do it. No, I didn't get good. It did update the name, though. Interesting, huh? The flying darter, it now sees it as. But I took it out, right? So if I reload... So I need... Oh, wait. I need to do something here. I need to force a redraw. That's what I need to do. Because that's what I'm doing right here is I'm forcing a redraw, right? Because I took the item out. Now when it loads, it's going to have the model it should have. So I need to look at how I do the paint. See, there we go. All right. We're getting there. Yeah, fail. Come on, man. Cut me some slack. All right. So we're applying textures, right? Textures. How am I doing this? I gotta remember how. I remember I did something clever. I remember after I did it, I'm like, God damn, that was a pretty good solution. Look at it work. Oh, it's so great. I just don't remember what exactly it was. So we're going to find out. We're going to find out. I think something like this may be the... Because as soon as you put an item in the slot, I am propagating a 3D image here. So I got to find out how and where I'm calling this. Not so clever anymore. Oh, I'm doing it in here. No, I don't think I want to do it like this. Before render, call this here to fix the display buttons and colors when machine breaks. Okay. Mark shape modified. Machine texture modified. Ah, I think this is the clever thing. It's slowly coming back to me. In old man advice, write everything down, right? I have a little black book here. Speaking of old man, wait, I got something for this. Hold on. Where is it? I got an old man vice emote. I got the cool glasses there. Oh man. No, I remember having to do something unique. Oh, here it is. Update machine info, I think is what it was. Mark shape modified, broken state. So what am I doing? Default locked state. Default broken state. I think it's partially here. It's partially here. We are going to create something towards the top. We're going to do machine dot. We're going to do watched attribute for type current. If it does not equal default locked state. No. Default model type, I'll call it. If I could spell type wrong or right. Okay, so default model type, right? And then what am I going to do? I'm going to force an update. I'm going to say this equals machine dot watched attribute current type. I need to make this. So we're going to copy. I need to make this variable. I will, I'll paste it right up top here. Because I have to be responsible with my draws, you know, like as a modder, as a programmer, especially, you know, adding something to a game, you have to be as efficient with the resources as possible. I can't do something half-assed and have it be a resource hog just because I'm lazy, right? So I remember creating this to where it just does a simple check. And in that check, right, like I look to see like, hey, did something change here, right? So something like this would be definitely a change, right? It would detect the old variable, it sees a new one, it does the, mark shape for modified, right? Something changed on the shape. So in this case, it either would change the texture, it adds an item in like an item slot, a visual item slot, somewhere like the key in the ignition. And in this case, we're going to piggyback off of it to completely change the model on the fly as well. This is interesting how this is trying to get a certain watched attribute, right? I was hoping that I could have... all right, I won't get fancy with it. I'm just going to do it long ways here. So We're going to push this back in. What I'm going to do is get string. See, in this case, it's not going to be a string. It's going to be get int. So machine watched attribute get int for the type. So type current does not equal model type. Oh, duh. This is not a bool. This is an int. That's what it was. Oh, man. Yeah, and look at that. It's happy now. So we are going to get fancy with it. I'm going to use the shorthand version again. Like, that's the whole point of making that shorthand variable. Okay, so now we need a way to go through and update that. I will look at this here. So update flying model. I'll look at it here. Yep, this is also it. I knew there was one more place we had to touch. That's what she said. Heyo. My God, I'm mentally 12. All right, so we can get the int, right? We're gonna get the int. I need to get the right variable here. Boop. So basically, what's gonna happen is the model loads, and it loads my. Stop stealing my moment size. Right, Bernardo? So what I'm doing, if anyone's curious here, is the model. Well, that was weird. Streamlabs literally just shut itself down. I hate Windows 11. I hate Windows 11. Yeah, model loads, but the stream dies, right, Bernardo? So again, who knows, right? Oh, now I'm muted. Try to refresh. Right. It says I'm not muted. It's like, come on, man. Are you posting your clips to TikTok and Shorts? No, I am not. All right. So I'm going to assume everything went to plan. Man. So what I'm thinking, what I have to do then, because I did the update, right? Like, I probably should uninstall, like,